What is going on, guys? Johnny on the track, back with another video. And here we go, round of 8 for the NASCAR playoffs. We start this weekend with Las Vegas at Las Vegas Motor Speedway for the South Point 400. Another rough weekend. Last weekend, we were looking great for the Roval. We had Elliott in first, AJ Allmendinger in second, Tyler Reddick in third, McDowell, I think, was running seventh, Cole Custer running right around 10th to 8th, all race long, was in 10th. And of course, the caution comes out for a cardboard sign. This stacks them up. I knew when this caution came out, we were toast. We were screwed, especially in the final race and an elimination round in the playoffs. I knew all hell was going to break loose. It did. And yeah, I thought we were going to break the little cold streak we've been on at the Roval. And like I said, it looked like we were going to break it. And then sure enough, just out of our control, and just been unlucky. And the funny thing is, like, you look back at early parts of the season through the summer, luck was going our way. Those little things, those little, late cautions were helping us. And now, it's changed these past couple weeks, but that's all right. I'm very confident about Las Vegas Motor Speedway. First race at Las Vegas earlier this year in March. I was actually at that race. So I feel like I have a really, really good understanding of what we're going to see this Sunday for the opening race in the round of 8. I feel confident, got a lot of bets to share with you guys. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first bet, my favorite bet, believe it or not, is a guy by the name of Martin Truex Jr. He has not won all season, but he comes in plus 1,200. And if you go back to this race, before a late race overtime restart, late race caution, Martin Truex Jr. was battling for the lead with Kyle Busch. Martin Truex Jr. was holding Kyle Busch off. I think there was like 10 laps to go. Great battle between two Joe Gibbs Racing teammates. And then, sure enough, late race caution. They choose both to take 4 tires. Bowman, Larson take 2. Bowman and Larson start on the front row, and the rest is history. Truex and Kyle Busch didn't really even have a chance to win that race. So if you look at the race overall, first of all, this race, this fall race, Martin Truex Jr. has an average finish of 3 in his last 4 races. He's also second overall this year in total speed on 1.5 mile tracks. So yes, Truex hasn't won yet, but I look back at that race at Vegas earlier this season, and I think he has a very, very, very good shot to win. He should have probably won Darlington earlier in the playoffs, and that didn't happen. He's had some really, really good chances to get things done. I would not be surprised with how crazy this playoffs has been if a guy that hasn't won all season gets it done in the opening round of 8. So Truex, my favorite bet of the weekend. Second favorite bet, Denny Hamlin, plus 550 to win. So he had the best car here earlier this season, ranked the highest in overall speed, but due to a late race issue, ended up finishing 32nd. So here's how I want you to look at this. Fastest car throughout the duration of the race. And if you think that Denny Hamlin is going to make it to the championship 4, which I know a lot of people who watch this show believe that, right? They feel like Denny Hamlin is getting to the championship 4. I have him getting eliminated. I actually had him getting eliminated last round. He actually had a pretty good round. I still don't have him in my championship 4, but if you think that he is going to move on to the championship 4, I think this is a great, great race for him to do so. Win, and he is in. No pressure. I think this is a great racetrack for Denny Hamlin. He's the favorite this weekend, and I think it was the post-race interview where Hamlin said, "We have the best car." And, late race issue cost us the race, but we had the best car. I think we were going to win that thing. So, if Hamlin brings that same car, I think he'll be the best car, and he'll be tough to beat. Third bet, Christopher Bell plus 800, the pole sitter at Vegas earlier this year, led a lot of laps. Another guy had issues, pit road issues, blown tire. This was early on in the season when both Bell and Bubba were really, really struggling on pit road. And, that cost Bell a lot of positions throughout this race. Ended up finishing 10th. But I just feel like the way he's raced this year at these certain tracks, the run he's on, the clutch win he just had at the Roval. I have Bell in my championship 4. I've had him since the beginning. And I looked at this race where he could win and clinch his way into that final 4. So I love this Bell bet. And then it's a Joe Gibbs Racing suite for my winners. Kyle Busch plus 1,200. He battled, like I said, with Martin Truex Jr. Earlier on in the Vegas race this season. He probably would have won. I don't know. I mean, you could probably say it was a toss-up between Truex and Busch, but Busch was charging. He was right there. And again, a late spin by Eric Jones caused an overtime finish. But Toyota was just dominant here. They were really, really dominant. They deserved a win, and I think they still deserve a win. I like Joe Gibbs Racing to get it done. That's why my winners are 4 Joe Gibbs Racing drivers. I think a Joe Gibbs Racing driver will win this race. All right, top 5s. Let's do it. Ross Chastain, top 5, plus 120. Second overall in speed here earlier this year, and he's been the fastest car from start of the season to this point in the season on 1.5 miles tracks. If you go back to this Vegas race, this is kind of where people's eyes started to open to Ross Chastain. He was battling back and forth with Kyle Busch. He was in it with Kyle Larson at points in this race. I do not think he wins, but I think he bounces back after a really, really tough race he had last week. So Ross Chastain, I really like this bet, plus 120. I think it's a pretty good number to get him at, especially for top 5. William Byron, top 5, plus 130. So this bet, funny story. This is the bet I placed, really big bet I placed early on when I was in Vegas. Took the ticket, grabbed it, went to the race, lost the ticket somehow, went to go back to claim my money after this bet hit. I think Byron actually finished 5th. And sure enough, I don't have the ticket. I don't get the money. Really annoying, but basically the way I look at this is we're going to win it back. Same bet this weekend. I really like Byron. I liked him early on this year when they came to Vegas. He has a really, really solid record at Vegas, running right around top 5. And I just feel like, the way these last couple weeks have played out, we're going to have some good luck this weekend, and I am going to get that money that I deserve from that William Byron top 5, plus 130. Love that bet. And then 3 top 10s we got. So the first, Bubba Wallace, top 10, minus 150. Don't love the odds. I know I usually don't give minus bets, but I just feel so confident in Bubba Wallace. Kansas, Vegas, very similar. Bubba had 2 rocket ships at both Kansas races. I think even though it's minus 150, I think the bet's a lock. I think you take it. Top 10 for Almirola, plus 300. At this race, better and better his car got as the day went on. Just a really, really solid top 10 car when it was all said and done at this race. He was really, really fast. Ended up finishing 6th. He's got a solid record overall at this track, and I saw him post. He's very confident going into this Vegas race, where he said it himself. Had a good car, and I think if they bring that car to top 10 car, another guy that brought a top 10 car to that first Vegas race was Eric Jones, plus 300, hovered around the top 10 all day. I think, now I could be wrong here, but I believe that Eric Jones had the most green flag passes in that Las Vegas race. Late race spin ended his day, so he finished 31st, but this is actually these sort of larger tracks, 1.5 mile tracks. This is where Jones has been best, which is interesting coming from a petty GMS car. But this is where Eric Jones, these sort of tracks, he shined this year. Um, so I look at this race, I look at what we saw with him at this Vegas race. I look at the data and the stats of all the 1.5 mile tracks. And I think Eric Jones plus 300, I think that is a great number to get him at for a top 10 finish. This is a tough track. I mean, it's not an easy track by all means, but Eric Jones, as we've been able to see, is a wheelman. This is a wheelman's track, and I like Eric Jones to get that done, top 10. So those are the bets for the weekend. Let's go through again. Martin Truex Jr. to win plus 1,200. Hamlin to win plus 550. Bell plus 800 to win. Kyle Busch plus 1,200 to win. Top fives, you're looking at Byron for plus 130. Chastain for plus 120. In your top tens, Bubba minus 150. Almirola plus 300, top 10. And Eric Jones to finish top 10 plus 300. Those are the bets. If by chance I add another bet, where can you find that? Johnny on the Track on Action Network. You can look at all the bets we've placed this year. You can look at our unit count hovering right around 100. It was above that number the last couple of weeks. It's gone a little below that number, but let's get it back up above 100 units overall. But overall, a great year. And I guess I'm about to get off on a tangent here, so I'll kind of stop myself. But what I was going to say is overall a great year. I've got a lot, and you guys should have a lot to be proud of. Season is coming almost to an end, 4 races left. So I look back, we've had some great wins and a little bit of a cold spell, but stick with me. I promise we will get it done this weekend at Las Vegas. So like I said, just 4 races left. Want to thank you guys for the support. Want to thank you guys for interacting, being a part in the comments, giving us likes, subscribe, subscriptions, however you want to say that. But like I say, it means a lot. And I want to do this one for you. We need to get back to victory lane this weekend. We're going to do it. Absolutely. I know we're going to do it. So thanks for watching. Give us a like, subscribe, share this video. Follow me on Twitter at JOTT_podcast. And like I said, any last minute bets, Johnny on the Track on Action Network. Thanks.